Okay, so today is Lhabab Duchen, which means La is the God, Bap is to descend, Duchen is the great time. So it's the holiday that celebrates the Buddha's coming back to our realm after teaching his mother the Abbey Dharma in the God realm for 3 months during the summer retreat time. When we sent out our little notice, to let people know this is a special day and it's good to do virtuous practices, and because all the merit is multiplied so many times, we forgot to mention that he was teaching his mother in the God realm. We just said he was teaching in the God realm, and somebody called and said to me, we forgot to say he was teaching his mommy. And this is very important. And so I thought about it, and it is, because the Buddha's mother died a week after he was born, so he never knew her. And he didn't have a chance in that particular lifetime to repay her kindness. With his stepmother who raised him, he did have that opportunity. She became the first nun and the founder of the nuns order. Yeah, but with his birth mother, he didn't have that chance. And so, he went to the God realm afterward to teach her, because that's where she was born. And I was thinking, that this is kind of a story for many of us whose parents don't understand the Dharma, or aren't interested in the Dharma, or don't want to know anything about the Dharma. And we don't have the chance in this lifetime to benefit them by sharing the Dharma. But like the Buddha was able to do through, the strength of his practice, then, in another lifetime for his mother, he was able to benefit her. So maybe, through our practice, then in our mother's next lifetime, we can benefit her. Or even in our next lifetime, and her next lifetime, and our father's next lifetime, somehow we all meet each other. We don't all recognize each other, but, because of the strength of our prayers and our wish to repay that kindness, then we can meet them and teach them the Dharma. The same way the Buddha taught his mother. He did go back to Kapilavastu and tried to teach his father. That wasn't quite as successful, but his father did give dana, and was quite generous to the order when the Buddha came with his, all the other monks with him. So, there's ways in future lives to repay the kindness of this parent's lifetime. And ways in this lifetime to repay the kindness of past lives' parents, So when people come, I want to learn the Dharma now, to think, these were the people who were my parents in previous life, who I didn't have the chance to repay their kindness then. Now in this life, they're strangers, supposedly, We're not recognize each other, but this is the opportunity to repay their kindness. And then that led me also to think, one of the stories about Quan Yin in China, Quan Yin being Avalokiteshvara Chenrezig, she had big problems with her family. She was a princess, her father wanted her to get married, and she said no, because she was much more interested in spiritual life than in married life. So he sent her to a nunnery and told the nuns to be very strict with her. And and they made her work hard, but she still wanted to do her spiritual practice. And so her father, the king, came and burned down the nunnery and, tried to get rid of her. And she fled, and she wound up on this island on Potoshan, it is now Potoshan. And then years later, the king had health problems, and Quan Yin appeared in the form of a monk and said, "Go. There's an hermit on you know, this island, and this person can help you. And so the king went out there, and then lo and behold, it was his daughter, and she gave him some medicine or whatever it is that cured him. And then he felt so terrible, you know, for trying to kill her and thinking she was so outlandish, you know. So eventually he came around. So I thought, boy, you know, Quan Yin had some pretty heavy problems with her parents, you know. Maybe a number of us go through this, yeah. And, you know, but it all, you know, she had some way there, too, of repaying the kindness, and eventually it had an effect on her family. So the same can happen with us as well. Yeah. But Lhabab Duchen is more than just helping our families. It's really celebrating the Buddha's presence on this earth, and by extension, the presence of all of our teachers. You know, because it was because the Buddha appeared on this earth that that we have the Dharma teachings and we're able to follow them. And so now, not having the Buddha here, it's because of our teachers, you know, especially His Holiness Dalai Lama, that we have the opportunity to study and practice the teachings. So to really rejoice in that.